Alright, let's see how this seems to be warmer than it needs to be. Oh, yeah, that is way too loud. Oh, that's right, Okay, let's try this. That's not gonna matter. How's that? Okay. Trying to get the right balance of monitor, microphone, and audio. Okay, how does... That seems a little too high if OBS sound levels are to be believed.
Since you have traveled so very far, be my guest and let me entertain you!
Thank you, Bear, for the raid. And welcome, viewers of Bear. You are here for the start. Oh, just about to start. Taking a look at a pair of very cursed games for this very cursed day. I actually had this game growing up. Probably why I have a weird fondness for it. God, I have two separate windows with GameFAQs open up because I feel like this needs... so I need one for myself so that I have a better view, but one so that you all can also see some things about the game we are about to play. Take a nice drink. You know what? I think I've got myself prepared, and I think not so that you all just sit here listening to this for about 3 more minutes. I feel like it's about time that we can actually go ahead and get this started. So, hello, and welcome to a Friday edition of Retro and Rhapsody. It being Friday is very important because it is also the 13th, hence making it that this is Friday the 13th that we are in fact streaming retro games for you today. So most people, when they come, it's like, oh, hey, you're streaming on Friday the 13th. This is perfect opportunity to do scary games. I decided not to do that because one, I couldn't really think of. I mean, I could probably think of something, but I was looking at the list, the ranking list. And I was looking at games. I was actually filling out the boxes that we'll be doing next Saturday that I do for the charity streams. And I was looking at stuff that we've had ranked in the past. Good morning, Life Forcer. And I saw a game that we have not actually taken a look at on this channel for quite some time. We actually, for giggles, looked at this during ranking of shmups. And this is a game that is quite, or at least one of the two. Basically, the point is, for Friday the 13th, I felt like doing cursed games. So we are taking a look at 2 cursed games that I kind of want to go through, because I don't even think I went through it on the stream last time I streamed it. But yeah, this first one's kind of infamous. We are taking a look at Deadly Towers. A lot of people generally, like, this gets the title of, oh, this is the worst NES game, which I disagree, just on general principle, because Super Pitfall exists, which I think that is a much worse game, which has almost worse problems than this does. If you want to go through the entire worldwide NES library, Hoshi wo Hiro Mirohito and Super Monkey Daiboken also definitely, I think, are worse than this. But there is good reason why this game is generally considered one of the worst. Namely that it is... it makes some very interesting design choices. Namely the fact that... Thank you, Mr. Crotch Rocket, for going right past my window as loud as you can. This game was made by a very small crew of people, and by small, I mean, of the people who actually did the coding for this, 2 people. This game was made by 2 people. Now, this was the NES, where teams were a lot smaller than they are now. But if you compare something like Zelda or Metroid, those had teams of at least 10 people. And this, with this only being 2 people, in fact, only 1 person really did all the programming for this. This game has some interesting concepts. It's also, there's a lot of thought that got put into this, which you don't really see a whole lot in, like, if you think about Super Pitfall, it's just kind of a janky platformer, Whereas this at least tries to do some interesting concepts pretty early on in terms of action RPGs that not a whole lot of games did at this point, because this game came out in '86 in Japan. This was the same year as Zelda 1. So it's less than a year than Zelda 1, and still, like, kind of... They don't make it the whole way, but, yeah, they at least tried, which I can at least appreciate. Now, probably before I actually just start going on about this, why don't we actually, you know, take a look at the game itself. So right here is the first thing that we'll come across. It's actually a good indicator that this was someone's pet project. I'm not going to read this because it goes by a little bit too quickly. But yeah, this was someone's, like, this has the energy of, this is like, speaking of myself, this is the kind of energy that you'd put into, like, a story about one's OC. Like, there's a lot of background information that someone had in their head about this. And basically the long and short of this massive thing of text is basically, we are Prince Meyer. Prince Meyer basically came across a thing, I like it, is like, hey, if you want your village to be at peace, or your kingdom to be at peace, you need to just go to the, you need to go to the 7 towers and destroy the 7 bells at the top of the tower. And yeah, it's still going. It's still going. Yeah, we need to go burn bells and we have to kill Rubus, I believe. But yeah, so we are... God. I can at least appreciate that they put this much text. Whether or not it was actually a good idea, I don't think so. But it's at least interesting. They thought of something. So, let's actually go ahead and start. Also, I should actually, before I go, I should point out this game was made by a company called Lenar. They didn't really make a whole lot of stuff that came out over here. This is, in fact, probably the only game that, well, one of the 2 games that I think are more notable. The other one being Mercenary Force for the Game Boy. But they also worked in Japan. They worked on Bird Week, which is another infamously not great game for the Famicom. And also they worked on Gumpel Gunman's Proof, which is a really, actually much better than you'd think, considering what we're about to see. Action RPG for the SNES, which we actually ranked a long time ago, but we ranked it pretty high. So let's go ahead and start. Here's Prince Meyer. We can move in 8 directions. Our attack is a sword, which we throw. We can have 1 sword on screen at a time. We have 100 health. Stun locking enemies is very important. So right now, our goal is to get to the area where these 7 bells are. Controls for this game are bad. This is not a great controlling game, and it's very easy to get stuck on stuff. Also, things take a shit ton of health. You have a shit ton of knockback. And so we have to go to the back of this area in order to get to the place where the towers are. Okay, I'm going to rewind this. Also, I'm going to be judiciously abusing rewind from this because this game is a bit of an asshole. Also, if you're wondering, what do these little weird, like, what are these things on this wall? If you touch it, you fall and you instantly die. Let's not do that. So, the thing also about this is that not only are the 7 towers that have the bells at the top, there is also a handful of dungeons in this game. And how do you get through these dungeons? I will show you very shortly. Actually, I think there's one over here. Also, those little things are health or they basically increase the max health. So the thing with the dungeons is that they're completely optional, which is good because when you realize how you get into them, you kind of also see a problem. Is it over here? Yeah, see that empty spot that had nothing in it? Yeah, we're in a dungeon now. So, let me actually get out of the dungeon, and you can let me show you why I don't want to go through the dungeons. Very basically, or a very, like, short answer is that they don't really have anything. You can get, if you have enough Lutter, which is your currency, you can get some, like, basic, kind of not, some very small increment or, like, benefits to your shield and all that. Like, you can get basic equipment. It's nothing that you really is going to be earth-shattering. It'll make you more, it'll give you more survivability, but it won't actually, like, help a whole lot. Here is the other problem with it. So there are 10 dungeons in this game. Let me find my mouse. And let's look. I don't know which dungeon that was, but let's look at one. Each one of these squares, which actually I don't know how easy it is to see. Each one of these squares is a room. These dungeons are massive. And they're kind of monotonous. It is incredibly easy to get stuck. And just say, like, and you don't get, like, you don't, like, get put on an edge where it's like, oh, it makes sense where I can kind of figure it out. You get put right in the middle of this dungeon. Like, it's probably not hard to see. It's probably hard to see because of how white the thing is, but yeah, you start in the middle of the dungeon, and there are 4 shops in this which give you you can get different kinds of potions and necklaces and helmets and all that. A lot of these equipments don't really do much. Also, the potions, they don't tell you anything about what they do. Like some of the potions, I believe like the orange potion just takes you to where the bells are, which is, that's a good one to get. Red, I don't even think any of these drinks are actually health increasing. But some of them are like, you'll freeze the enemies on screen temporarily. It's kind of pointless, really, to go into the dungeons. Unless if you're playing legit, the armor up, like the equipment upgrades might be beneficial, but also I don't think they are. Especially if you're playing on an emulator, you can cheat. There's no reason to go in the dungeons. So, just wanted to show that little tidbit off. So. Also, another kind of annoying thing. Select is the start menu, or select is the pause menu. Start does nothing. So, yeah, that's a small thing, but also kind of really annoying. And yeah. So, one thing that's also kind of funny about this game, it's also why I named the episode the way I did. So this game originally in Japan was called Masho, which translates roughly into Evil Bell. Also, here's a dragon. You can stunlock the shit out of it. There's also going to be no point in us getting money, by the way. But yeah, this game wasn't meant to be called it was called Masho, or Evil Bells, in this game, or in Japan. What they wanted to name it originally, because this was brought over here by Broderbund, of all people. It was brought out at so Irem worked with Lennar to make this game. So this is partially a Lennar oversought project. Or a Irem oversought project. And Broderbund over here localized it. There's actually a really good interview with Scott Weiss. Or not Scott Weiss, it's Alan Weiss, who is a translator for this game. And the original name they wanted for this game was to be Hell's Bells. But Nintendo would not have that, so they decided to call it Deadly Towers, because, I mean, there's towers, and they are quite deadly. Also, I should point out at least one of the people who, actually the person who founded Lennar, and also one of the two people who did the programming for this game. Or I should say the design. The programming is all done by one person who's credited as R. Nagasu in this, whose only game seems to be this. The other person, I'm actually going to look it up because it is actually someone who should be quite notable, but isn't. It is the founder of Lennar and the co-designer of this game is Junichi Mizutari, who was a former Namco developer and was actually the person who did all the... And also it's funny because this is tower-based, that Mizutari was previously responsible for doing basically the character design and character programming for Tower Druaga. So there is Tower Druaga in the blood of this game, which makes a lot of sense. Also, this little dude here is this guy that's in the cell. You don't want to touch him because he does a lot of damage, but also he can't like fire anything, so there's no real reason to bother with him. So we have 73 Lutter right now, and if we kill him, it gets reduced to 0. I don't know why killing that thing takes away all of your money, but it does. Also, here is your second mid-boss. You can also stun lock it. Character designs is fascinating. Yes, murder. Yeah, maybe that's it. And we're a prince, so we can't do murder. Yes. Also, that sounds like it's a little quiet. Not that this game has particularly good music, but I figure you should at least hear it. Also, enemy design in this game is a thing. Also, okay, so we are now by the towers. So, this over here, this giant, well, it looks like a smoke thing, but this is actually the holy fire, of which you use to actually destroy the bells. So when we get a bell, we will come back here and go over there to destroy it. So there are 7. Yeah, also these little circle things do a shit ton of damage. Also, so I need to take a look at something because each of these 7 towers, they're actually, well, they're not numbered. They're numbered on GameFAQs, but there is no indicator about which dungeon you go or which tower you go into until you actually make it all the way to the boss. So each of these towers has the best piece of equipment in the game, and let me just double check to make sure which one is the one that I want to go to. I want to go to which one has the... Oh, that one's not. It is not that one. Is it B plant? It is not B plant. Okay. Nope, this isn't either. There we go. Okay. So, okay. Here we go. So how I am doing this is I am looking at so let me go in one. So each of these dungeons each of these towers has a unique starting area, or like a look to the starting area that I need to course or I need to go with the guide. And we are going to look for Great Wing. Okay. No. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. I think it might have been better if I just went back to the start and then moved. Let's see. I think this is it? Okay, so... Wait, I don't think this is it. I think this guide match, or this map actually might be off. Unless it's up here and just got its wires crossed. Okay, well, the item doesn't really do a whole lot in this. And it's not the item. So there's two items in this tower. The first one is not as interesting or beneficial. Okay, let's go to the tower. Oop. Okay. Ow. So you can't shoot up and down off the ladders, but you can shoot diagonally. Okay. So I think it's over here. So much like getting to the dungeons, getting to the actual items themselves are also completely random. Well, not completely random, but they are nonsensical. So in order to get the item, we have to go into the parallel zone. And this is going to suck. Okay. And over here... You know what? Okay, so, hyper armor. As you would imagine, this is the best armor in the game. Which means we will now take much less damage. And there. Now we're back. Whoop. Also, just like you can stun lock the enemies, you yourself can get stun locked incredibly easy. Because you do have a little bit of mercy invincibility, but it does not last the entirety of your knockback period. Also, a lot of enemies in this game is just orb. Okay. Alright, here's the boss. Alright. Great Wing. It's an owl. a lot of the bosses in this game have pretty much the same strategy. Sit in a corner that you're less likely to get shot at, and you just hold down the button to shoot. Oop. There we go. And we have acquired 1 of 7 bells. Okay. So you don't need to burn the bell until you actually go into... you don't need to burn the bell, when you exit. So you can theoretically get all 7 bells and burn them all 7 at a time, which does have a very very slight benefit, which is the fact that, the benefit of doing that is basically, every time you burn a certain amount of bells, the overworld and everything else will get a little more dangerous. Basically, the patterns for enemies start to change to be a little more tricky. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, there's the other thing, which is not going to matter to us because we are not going into the dungeons. As you burn bells, shops will have more or better and better stuff in them. But since we're not going into the dungeons and we're not going to experience any shops, there's no reason for us to do it. Oh, also I see what I did wrong with the map. So we need to... Oh, it's over here, I think, actually. Where is it? Oh, I'm not down nearly far enough. Really easy to also get caught on random shit. Also, I think this was the game that was on the #1 slot for Sean Baby's worst NES games of all time. Someone had to. Okay, where is it up here? There it is. Secret room. Which these things will wreck your shit. Okay, so the thing is that if you go into that secret room, in which you go into the secret room that's in that secret room, you can get a blue necklace, which I forgot exactly what it does, so I'm not going to bother with it. Okay. Now that we have the hyper armor, I think what I'm going to go and do is get hit immediately as I spawn. So, let me look at that. Oh, also, by the way, now that we have the bell, we can't go back in there. Or is it? Yep, we can't go back in there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do... you know what? I'm just going to make it maximum defense. Centipede? I know that... Okay. So I know that the centipede has something decent in it. I can't exactly remember what this does. That is not... That's not it. But also, I might as well show what burning one of the bells are, since I'm right here. Also, photosensitivity warning. There, we have burned one of the bells. We get a full life restoration, and also the bell gets turned into a fire. Hooray. Ow. Also, you can get hurt by the fire. Don't walk in fire. That's not it. That's not it. I didn't realize there was a dungeon in here. That's a dick spot for a dungeon. That's not it. Okay, this looks like it is. Also, by the way, there are boots items in this game. Which is funny that basically the boots will increase your walking speed. But only if you're walking diagonal. Which granted, you walk a lot of diagonals, but still, also, that is a doofy looking dragon. Oh, by the way, you couldn't use Hellspells as a name, but they left all the crosses in on the towers. Or on the parapets. I think that's a parapet. Okay, let's go up here. God damn it. Yep. Okay, so... this one's a little bit more convenient to get to. Ow. Okay, parallel zone. Okay, there we go. Okay, and... this... I always hate this until I get a certain upgrade. One day I will be free to actually go up these stairs. You know, it's weird, I'm just taking this. Go. Also, by the way, when enemies die, they kind of persist for just a smidgen after you kill them. Alright. Hyper helmet. Give me 1 second. Yep. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright. Okay, let me actually look up to see what the hell the hyper helmet does. Okay, so guides and walkthrough. Go down here. Okay, so. Okay, those are swords, defensive items. Okay, it doesn't exactly say what the helmet does. It just combined does additional defense. God. Okay. So here's the end of the little parallel zone. And now Centipede. This is actually a boss that's slightly difficult. By slightly I mean very. Yes. There we go. Alright, there's the tower done. Now all we need to do is leave. Okay. God damn it. Alright, enough of that. Okay, let's go ahead and not go into dungeon. Okie dokie. Now, which one do I want to go to next? Oh, that's not dungeon. I want to go to... I'm just going to grab this because it's right at the start. This isn't it, is it? No, this is not it. Here we go. Now hopefully I won't get rocked as I go in here. Alright. So, Shield of the King. There, now we have the best defense. Yeah, now these enemies are doing 1 damage. Okay, now, action to find the one that we need to do. Okay, I think that's actually the one that was up here. Nope, that's not it. It's the one that was over here. Yes. Okay. So the very first item that we get in here is up here. Wait, did I actually... Oh, wait. Wait, so we go over here. Go in the parallel zone. It's stuck in a wall. It's still unlocked by these damn things. Now I gotta go back down. Yes. So, here is a very good item, the double shot. This allows us to have 2 shots on screen at once. Oh, wait, I have to go down. Okay, where's the ending? Yeah, it's all the way at the bottom. There we go. Also, especially with this stage, it is just the same music. Also, as you can tell, but bats are probably the most annoying enemies in this game. Alright. God, it is extremely hot here today, where I live. It was like 90 degrees. Or at least it felt like it was 90 degrees. Or like the feels like of 90 degrees, which is very hot. Especially for an area that has like an 8th month long winter. Alright, now we're actually in the tower. So we need to go up on the 4th floor. Over here. Go in the secret room. And grab Our sword. Outside it is. In my room, it isn't. So, Dragon Slayer is the second best sword. And it does exactly what you'd imagine a sword does. It basically means that we kill shit a lot quicker. Convenient that we got in the same thing as a double shot, which means our ability to kill shit is now much better. Meaning that at the start, we were taking like 20 shots to kill basic enemies and could die in like 2 hits. Now it takes like several hits to kill, like takes like 50 hits to kill us from full health. And we can now kill shit in like 2 shots. And that was great, Birdhead. Actually, give me 1 second up here. Alright. Right now it says it is 79, which is ludicrously high for where I live, which is in the northern part of Wisconsin. So, there's that. Also, actually... Well, anyway... Let's continue. Which, if I remember correctly, I believe 79 is around 30 degrees Celsius. Which, all next week, it is supposed to be, like, in the 60s. Like, mid-60s, so... Yeah. $26, okay. Yeah, I can never remember, because I just know that 30 is what's considered a hot day. By most, measures. Or when they talked briefly about Celsius in school, like, they gave 30 as a hot day. Alright, so we are... now, much more capable of surviving. Also, I should also say that my tolerance of hot weather is much lower than probably most people who are listening and watching. Okay, now that I have the sword in the double shot, we pretty much have most of the really good items. So I'm just gonna go into towers and figure out what's in them as I go along, as soon as I figure out where my thing is. There it is. Okay. What's over here? Okay, this one... What is this one? So now I have to parse it just based on what the intro thing is. We already did Great Wing. Already did Centipede. Okay. Okay, so the first item in here I'm actually gonna skip. because there's no real reason to get it, because I have the double shot. The item is the parallel shot, which, if you think of the double shot as basically you can have two swords on screen at once, the parallel shot is basically you press the button once, and it will shoot two swords side by side. It's not that great. Okay, I think I need to... I think it's the item over here is in here. Yes. And it kicked me out. So, Magic Mace is a single-use item that when you use it will shoot a mace in a circle around you. Alright, Wheeler. Why it's called Wheeler? I don't know. Because it had little things kind of circling it. Take a drink. No, it is not the Fire Planeteer. Does it have 4 bells? Yeah. Got. See, this is the problem why bats are the most annoying thing, because if you get knocked up against a wall, you will get stuck on it, and you have to wiggle yourself out. It's not like a intentional, like, mechanic. It's just this game's edge detection is incredibly buggy. Okay. Let's see, sir. Okay. Which one's this? All right, this one is this one. Yes. Get. These birds are like the bane of my existence. So there's another item in this tower that is just referred to as the figure. I don't know what it does, so I'm not going to pick it up. So this is beet plant. Oh shit, this thing actually hits. There we go. Okay, got that one. Okay, that is the 5th one. Give me 1 second. Huh. Okay. It's weird. I could have sworn that I just heard thunder outside my door, or outside my window, but when I was checking the weather, it said that there wasn't going to be any precipitation for 60 minutes, at least. Alright, let's actually heal back up. Especially now that we are at 18 health. Okay. Alright, so we are missing 2. Which one's this one? Okay. Oh, also I forgot to check. What is this one? Okay, so we have not fought... Oh, actually, yes, there is actually one item that I actually should have gotten a little while ago. Oh, this... wait. This isn't the one at all. Oh. Oh yeah, so this is going to be a pointless item. Also the most pointless parallel zone, because it starts over there, It just ends over here. So, the item we got is the cup. The cup is an item that if you use it, will basically heal you, will basically give you max money. Which again, because we're not going to any shops, we don't need it. Also, this is certainly... design. Wait. Also, I'm curious. Wait. Oh, it doesn't spawn again. Okay. About to say, I'm like... Okay. Well, we only have one level left. Or one tower left. Okay. This is like the one song that's used for one of these towers that I think is actually... It's too short, but also I think it's okay. Okay. Okay, and I think this is on the second to last floor. Oh, it's not here. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to use the magic mace here. So, gauntlets. You will see what it does when the magic mace wears off. So, swords now shoot much faster. Deathbearer. Yep, it is single use. Also, I should have gotten this much earlier. So yeah, this is what fire starts to do when you start to burn a lot of the bells. Alright, so... Okay, so we have now burnt all the bells. So now this has opened the final stage. Where is it? It's over here. Actually, you know what? Just to make sure, I'm gonna go in with some health. It's not that much of a trek back. And also, yes, you will be knocked back by the bosses by walking into the room with the bosses and then just getting kicked out. Also, I'm pretty certain that if you just go down, you'll eventually get to... Oh, this is not. Alright, now we're back here. We have 77 more health. Alright, now let's go in the final stage. Alright. And now we get up here, and in front of the door is a sword, which is Splendor. Now we fight two bosses. And that's game. Hard and bitter battle has finally reached its end. Staring tiredly at Rubus's destroyed castle, Prince Meyer felt that his victory had fulfilled the promise of the peace over the kingdom. His heart suddenly filled with a wondrous feeling. Looking up towards heaven, he heard a voice from far above, the same one that he had heard earlier by the lake. My name is Khan, Prince Meyer. You have done a great deed in defeating the devil of darkness. This brings an end to the age of stone and copper. Peace will prosper in the kingdom. At once, the king returned to give the message of the victory to the king. The following day, he proceeded to the throne, being praised as the King of Light by the people. The peace and prosperity of the kingdom continued for about 1,000 years until the coming of the Iron Age and the revival of the Devil of Darkness. No, we do not get a sequel. So yeah, so Mr. Arnagasu, who no one has a really great thing. J Wink, which is Bizatari. Mr. Brave Bull, who no one knows, who I couldn't find a thing there. YEK and YEK Production. Yeah. Yaxu. Mr. F. Fulmer. So yeah, Mr. Scott Tsumura, who is the CEO of IREM, I believe? Yeah, Jeremy Parrish's video on this game is really good. The only thing I would say about the video that I don't like is that I used to do the playlist that video was in to go to sleep. And the problem with that is that there is a very loud beep in the middle of that video which kept on waking me up. So yes, you are victorious. The story is over. See you next time, which... Then what happened? I would disagree. Like, I think the defense, like... I think the thing with this game is that I think what it's trying to do, it just really... They try to go step beyond the bounds that they really should have. So, let me actually, let's go through the motions. So we've already ranked this game. Let me actually sort it. So, we have Deadly Towers at 666, because I think it is an interesting game, and I kind of feel like 666 is where it belongs. It does enough interesting things that I feel like its design is very much... This game's not good, but it's interesting in a sort of design sense. I think, like, they had some weird ideas, like the... I wonder how they were trying to do dungeons. But also, it's the fact that it's done by one person, pretty much, for the most part, I think puts it in more of the cursed, yet they had thoughts category versus... Yeah. Which is why I think the 666 is more for cursed. So I'm gonna keep it there. I actually think that ET would also belong in 666, but Pac-Man maybe not. I haven't ranked Junkman yet. I don't think the music's very good. Also, the art is not very good. Also, the gameplay... They had ideas, they don't work, but... I am curious, if there was ever a design document, I would, like, somewhere notes, figure out what the guy was trying to think of trying to do. I would love to see it. But, yeah. Other than that, I think that's good for Deadly Towers. So, next up, I want you to be right back and, like, I just want to check something real quick. Okay, I wanted to check to see what the weather was doing outside. And it doesn't seem there are clouds, but it doesn't seem to be storming like the thing said it would be. So, I figured that game wouldn't take the entire stream, so I needed something else to kind of go along with it. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to beat this because you'll see why. I did feel like this is a good pairing with Deadly Towers because throughout our ranking thing, we have come across the fact that the Famicom Disk System is a very cursed platform. And the game we're taking a look at is the game that I would argue is probably one of the more cursed games on the platform. So we are going to take a look at Relics and Ankoku Yousai, which is like Disappearing Castle, or like Disappearing Fortress, I believe, or Hidden Fortress. This is a port, I'd say port in air quotes, because this is a interpretation of a game that was for the MSX and PC-88 that was also just called Relics. This one doesn't really have much else to do with it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this game booted up. All right, So, Relics, Ankoku, Yousai. Let's start. Okay, so first off, let's fight this guy. This game controls like hot dog shit. It also features terrain destruction. Also very strange controls. And most notably, a shit ton of loading screens. Also, I'm just trying to take a look at this guide real quick. I have actually beaten this game before. Okay, so we start here. Yeah, we can move back and forth. Oh. There. Alright. So the swords, I believe, increase the amount of damage that you do as this guy. Oh, actually, I want this. Lamps won't be necessary yet, but there are areas that are dark that you need the lamps for. Alright. Oh. Ow. There we go, and that was a slight health restorative. Alright. Okay, I can stab in the air. Alright. Alright, so, here's level 1. Wait. Oh, okay. God damn it. Alright, hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. So fun fact, I'm pretty sure that those enemies that you see on the right over there are actually from a different dungeon altogether. All right. This is probably like one of the worst feeling games I've ever played. So the idea is basically we are a guy who can, like, steal forms. Not quite that. If you've ever played the game Geist for the GameCube, it's like that concept. We've acquired that. We did not. Okay, I'm wondering, does the items by chance respawn? Doesn't, right. Whoop. There we go. All right. Okay. Now where do I need to go? Okay. Let's see. I hope that the items respawn in here. Okay, good. Whoop. Wait, what? The hell is that hitbox? Okay. Alright, so if we go over here, we can use one of our keys. And here is Fighter. And now, we are Fighter. We now punch. I don't know, like, that's a thing where it's like, I feel like that would be like, someone could do, but I don't think anyone's gonna ever take the time to do that. Yep. Oh. There we go. Magician. Eh. Okay, there's that. That's bullshit. Yeah, I really hope that I don't remember right that if you run out of amulets that the... Basically the thing is that if you get hit by the magician, you just die. There we go. Alright. ASOC. Alright. Also, one thing that, because it's going by kind of fast because the emulator I'm using automatically fast forwards when it's loading. But there's disc flips that are required between some, like, especially going into those last areas. All right. Okay, so. Hey, it's a gunner. And now, we are a gunner. Which also means we have jack shit for health. Yep, we are now green. Actually, I screwed up something. Hmm. All right. Uh... I ran out of bullets. Okay, so I can hit things. Oh, whoops. Alright, what's the boss of this? Something that'll kill me in one shot. Oh. Runa. Okay. Alright, time to do that backwards and hope to Jesus that I don't run out of ammo. God, what is it with bats being the worst enemy in any game? Okay, here we go. Oops, well, that was a sorcerer. And now we're the sorcerer. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 before you can enter the 4th dungeon. After you collect books, continue left a small period of months, but watch out for the... Oh. Oh, that's the start. Oh, I see where I need to go. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me check to make sure. Am I actually... Okay, yeah, this is... Okay, let me actually check something. How... Okay, I was wondering how much longer this game is. 'Cause honestly, I think I might just quit it after the Sorcerer, because I don't think it's going to get more interesting than this. I'm actually very glad that the Sorcerer does not seem to have ammo. Yeah. Who was it? Yeah, there is a lot of fast forwarding that I need to do because this game is very slow. Wait. Wait. What? I think the thing... I don't think the thing spawned. Oh, there it is. Laro. Yeah, so looking into it, the next two things we get are the armor, which is basically just the starting armor that's better. So the next two, and then the thing after that is the holy armor, which is basically just the same thing. And yeah, it looks like it's a lot of collecting shit. So, I think we've seen enough of this. Alright. Did I put that in 666 or did I put that in 21? Even at 21, there is a bit of a cursed element to that. I feel like if I gave Deadly Towers a 666, I think I should give that a 666 as well. Which, now that I've played it more, I'm still gonna say I'm actually gonna be a little more generous. I'm gonna give it the light bulb. Oh, not the lightning bolt. Difficulty, I'm going to say, more confusing than anything else. And I don't think it does look good. And yes. Also, now that I have 3... load times are horrendous on that. So, I think that is good for that. So, with that, that is going to do it for tonight. So, let's talk about what we're doing tomorrow. So, thank you all for watching. My personal Twitter is @LoadedPuzzlo. There's a Discord where you can hang out with and chat with the community. You can find a Discord at LDP@Life. You can also support me via Patreon. $2 and $5 tiers helps with hosting costs and various other things. If you're watching this on a VOD, Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. At twitch.tv/LoadedPuzzlo. And also, if you want to watch VODs, best place to do it is at youtube.ldp.life. There you can find uploads Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern. This one will go up on Monday. And there's also 2 shows that are on the YouTube channel, Media Dells and Hazeltown Story, that you don't find on Twitch. Those get when they get back from break, they'll go up Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. You can also find them by going to radio.ldp.life. And it'll tell you how to get them in your podcatcher of choice. So, tomorrow, I'm fulfilling a Retro Rank Relief goal in that we are taking a look at a trio of games that are VR-oriented, that replicate kind of stuff you would do on a Saturday afternoon, like going bowling, or going mini-golf, or going to an arcade where you can earn redemption tickets and all sorts of other things. So, I'm going to send you all over to Frankomatic, who is playing Brainlord, which is a game that they are... I know that they LP'd it back in the day. So, I hope you have a good rest of whatever time zone it is when you're watching. And I hope to see you again some other time. So later.